now tuned into Urban Force Media.
Welcome back to another session of the Roundtable Session. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in Cleveland County at Shelby Middle School, and today I will be speaking with the All-American in football, basketball, and baseball, having a long reign playing semi-professional basketball and baseball himself, the referee for multiple sports divisions, the husband, the multiple business owner, the father, the grandfather, the highly nominated state-to-state friend, and now head coach for Shelby Middle School Blue Devils, Coach Lamar Woods. How you doing, Coach?
Afternoon.
All right.
How are you?
All right. So, as you heard those accolades, which one stuck out most to you?
Well, there's three, probably husband, father, and grandfather. Reason being is anybody can coach, anybody can referee, but there's a lot of people that can't be a husband, and can't be a father, and can't be a grandfather, because that, if you ask me, that takes more effort, more time than anything else in this world. So. Right.
What do you feel positioned you to where you feel that what gave you that feeling that, hey, this right here is more important in my life than anything I've done, even though you was a big sports advocate?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be honest with you, it didn't come overnight, and it didn't come without failure, because I did have one, and I'm transparent, and I tell everybody, I had a failed marriage, which taught me to re-examine what I was doing, to making sure my house was taken care of. Because, when you get married young, you're not really sure about what to do. So all the mistakes I think I made in the first marriage, I think I kind of capitalized on and didn't make them again in the second marriage, and realized when you take on a family, you take on a wife, you take on a whole lot of responsibility, and a whole lot of things fall on your shoulder. So what positioned me was probably my stepdad. My stepdad raised me, so I saw him take another child, somebody else's child, and raise him as his own. So that kind of maybe stabilized me and helped me to be in that position or do better the second time around.
That's great. We need more men like that. And I was speaking to someone earlier that, a woman can raise a child, but it's hard for her to raise a man.
Right. And don't get me wrong, because I was raised after my stepfather and my mother split. Now, my mother was a hardcore woman, and she raised two boys, but she didn't take no slack, no junk. It was a stern household, but it was a fair household. And what I mean by that is she made sure we were able to do things outside of the house, but she also made sure that we took care of what was inside the house and what needed to be taken care of.
Can you say that some of that discipline she poured into you and your brother is what you're pouring on the field with your boys here?
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
As I spoke earlier, I talked about you had a long reign of playing sports yourself.
Mm-hmm.
At what period in time did you say, all right, it's time for me to hang it up and do something different?
After the let's see, the intercollegiate stuff, after the organized stuff, I played slow pitch softball. Played it all over America, but I never forget one Saturday, we was playing down in Gaffney, and it was kind of February, early season tournament. And when I came home that Sunday morning, I couldn't hardly get out of bed. So I knew then it was about time for me to do something different.
Okay.
So, that was probably the last tournament.
Around what age range were you in?
I was probably 42.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. 42. So, the old knees don't work like they used to. So 42 was the age. That was probably the last time I played.
So you was actually the LeBron.
I ain't gonna say
James
all that. I mean, but I had a long, successful, along with some of the other guys. We had some good times and some long. Like I said, it took. I don't know. I just love sports because I love the camaraderie. I love the fellowship. I love the friendships you make by playing sports, and it was just. it was hard to put up, but I had to realize, when you have to help somebody help you get up, it's time to do something different. So.
And you know what? That was one thing that I noticed in the notes there wrote to me. They said highly nominated state-to-state friend, because you went state to state playing sports.
Oh yeah, we went across the country.
Wow.
I mean, we played in New Mexico. In New Mexico. We played in St. Louis. I played in Alabama, Georgia, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I mean, so it was a good run. I mean, it was a good run.
So after you hung your cleats up, what did you do next? Was it refereeing or was it coaching?
Well, I went both, actually. I started coaching. One of the guys that I did play softball with was actually coaching at the Pop Warner League, the Girls and Boys Club in Cleveland County. And he was like, man, I need some help. Come and help me. So I did that, and I was also refereeing basketball. I never refereed football. I didn't care that much about refereeing football. But I did referee basketball. And I started refereeing basketball, started out middle school, high school, and I kind of just left it at high school because to me, it required too much travel to go try to college. So it was that time when I needed to do something different. I enjoyed refereeing, but it was just, I enjoyed coaching more. So I just moved on over to coaching. So.
When the position came open for you to come here at Shelby Middle School, what was the feeling that you had?
Well, actually, it all started, the guy that I was coaching with at the boys club came first. The coach offered him the offensive coordinator position here, and I was still coaching. I went to Thomas Jefferson High School in Moselsboro and was coaching up there. And the defense coordinator here quit, and he needed somebody. So my friend Donnie Davenport called me and said, listen, he got a position up. We want to talk to you about it. So I came over, talked to him about it, and I came in as the defense coordinator. And that was about 16 years ago here. So I've been here ever since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Donnie, he's still
he's not the OC anymore. He's actually doing statewide photography for high school sports. So
okay.
That's what he's doing now.
Okay. When it comes down to the playmaking, how do you determine coming up with the plays? Is it something that you've always had since you were a football player yourself, or you get notes from things that you see as far as collegiate and professional?
Well, it's a combination of both. Some things are just intuitional or instinct or coming from playing the game. Certain situations dictate certain things, but we always have a base defense. And of course, it's according to what offense the other team runs, whether we run. I love to run a 4-4, I love to run a 4-2-5, or I love to run a 4-3. I mean, it's different variations of it, and you just have to choose what opponent you're playing at that time to which one that you adapt to. So if you take, say for instance, we run a team that runs what they call a wing T offense, which is more run than pass. Okay, we're probably gonna stack the box. So we'll move 4-3, we go 4-4 and run a safety down, one high safety, or something like that. It's just, like I said, it's just different situations. If a team runs a spread, that dictates, we'll go to what we call a 4-2-5. We can do that. So I take pride in being able to change on the fly, make adjustments on the fly. I take pride in that because it could be, to me, football is a game of situations. It's a game of changes. So you have to be able to make changes on the fly. You can predict a script. I can write a script, but if things go left, what you do then? Right. So I pride myself in being able to do that.
We get ready to start a new season. When you have new kids coming in, what stands out most to you when you see the new guys coming in and say, he has that spark, I'm going to pay close attention to him?
Well, you try not to be honest. As a coach, you try not to focus on one guy. Mm-hmm. But, of course, you can tell when someone steps on he's special, mm-hmm. Or he got it, but I just got to pull it out of him. Those are the ones that you see that say that are special. They don't take too much coaching because I take that back. All of it is God-given talent. But they have the intellect to know what to do, when to do, how to do. And that makes them special. But then you got a guy that's raw, that has a God-given talent. Now you got to coach that guy or teach that guy how to do, when to do, how to do.
So do you see that like in sprinting or doing drills?
You can see it in movement. You can just see it in a guy's movement. You can see it when he running sprints. You can see it when we're doing slide drills. You can see it when we're doing bag drills. You can see it, because everybody is not coordinated to do that right off the bat. And you can see that, and when you can get 2 or 3, that makes a world of difference.
What tickles your funny bone when you're watching the guys out there practice or actually in a game? What name one thing that has happened, you're like, I can't believe they did that.
Well, I can go back to the championship game last year, and it hurts my soul, but let's be transparent. I'm 24-0 at halftime.
Wow.
I couldn't ask for the team to play no more. They did exactly what we worked on. They ran there. And I'm sitting here I'm telling them the same thing at halftime. We have to finish. I don't care what has happened. Those 12 minutes are gone. We have to finish. And then you go out here and you say, I had a kid, prime example, last year. He says, it's 4th and 15, 4th and 4. The kicker, and they get a first down. 4th and 14, they get 15, and it's like the whole house fell in. Every brick that held the house up just tumbled. And I was like, and I'm standing there in disbelief, and I'm saying, I can't believe. I just told him no, and I can't believe he did that.
So the team actually came all the way back?
Yeah, we got beat 28-24.
Wow.
Yep, hurt me to my soul.
Didn't score another point?
Not a single point in the second half.
Now, did you lose any of those kids?
Yes.
Going to next grade?
Yeah, I probably lost 10 going to the high school.
Okay.
And out of 10 of them, probably 6 of them was prominent players. But the thing about it is I played a lot of 7th graders last year that was able just to step into that role. So I don't feel as though, and now I have a lot of 7th graders going now, I don't feel as though I'm down on talent. I'm young, but that's fine because that gave me 2 years to coach these kids up. So when they go to the high school, they already can just slide in and keep rolling. Because I feel like Shelby Middle School being a feeder system for Shelby High, I feel like my job is to get them prepared for Shelby High. Because if I don't get them prepared, then that's more work they got to do on the high school level. And I don't think they should be able to come in and be ready to go. Now, we probably run 95% of what the high school run offensively. So terminology is the same, routes are the same. So we won't give them, and I say this all the time, we're going to give them the meat and potatoes so when they get to high school, they can get the cake and ice cream.
Right.
So that's what I think our job is. And we've been doing pretty good with that here lately because as you can see, Shelby High has been kind of successful. So,
how did it make you feel, or does it make you feel, when some of the kids that you molded them go to the collegiate level, then possibly the professional level?
I rejoice in that. I do. I take solace in that, but also I take more solace when I see a kid come back and say, I didn't understand then, but I appreciate what you did for me back then. That's what it's all about. The check can't pay for that. And to be honest with you, some of the kids that we see, we're probably only the male figure they see day in and day out. And I take pride, and it gives my heart joy when a kid can come back and say, Coach, I appreciate what you did for me. I appreciate the hard work, the pushing me to make it my goal achievable. And that's what I get out of it. So when I see them play on Saturdays, when I see them play, I smile about that and I rejoice with them and know that they're successful in what they're doing.
So do you and your coaching staff, do you guys have to be like a big brother to some of those young guys that's not in a stable situation?
You have to be a big brother, you have to be a father, you have to be a grandfather, you have to be it all. I mean, because and I'm not throwing shade on nobody. I'm not throwing slight at nobody, but I'm just telling you the dynamic of my team probably is 75% single parent. So therefore, a lot of them don't get the sternness that they get from practice. And a lot of them have rebelled. But, I don't care about your rebelling because, that's okay. But then they come to the senses and realize this is what I want to do. Because I tell them all the time, either I'm going to win with you or I'm going to win without you. But you're going to do it the way we want you to do it. And that's the way it is.
Can you see this season possibly following close suit to last season? As far
I can
as
see
winning?
it being better.
Really?
I can see us winning the championship. I mean, if I didn't feel that way, I shouldn't be coaching. Mm-hmm. But
Great.
I feel like now, there's a difference in players. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that, everybody wants to be the quarterback. Everybody wants to be the wide receiver. Everybody wants to be the running back. Mm-hmm. But without the guys in the trenches, we can't do nothing. Mm-hmm. Last year, we had to convince guys to play offensive line, defensive line. This year, my guys came in knowing that's what they was going to play, and they take pride in playing that. So that's why I feel like we'll be better, because they already know this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And that's why I feel like we'll be better this year than we were last year.
Now that you're at a different level and you're coach number one, can you see, or would you like to see you going to the next level, being coach number one?
To be honest with you, Lawrence, I don't think I can do that, because at my age right now, not saying that I'm old, mm-hmm. but it's saying that it takes, on the next level, at the high school level, now we practice spring ball and summer ball, but at the high school level, you got 7-on-7s, you got all spring workouts, you got all summer workout. You got meetings on Sunday. Really, during the season, you only have one day. That's Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I just can't see myself doing that right now. Mm-hmm. Now, when I had the chance to do that, and I was going to do that, that's when I found out my mom had breast cancer. So I had to step back from that. So I'm pretty satisfied at where I am right now, being the head coach here at Shelby Middle School.
About 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But regular screening can catch it early, so effective treatment options can be identified. Talk to a doctor to make an informed decision about whether to be screened for prostate cancer, and donate to help us get the word out about the importance of screening.
What has been the toughest challenge for you being at this level here, playing coaching for the kids?
The toughest challenge is budget.
What you mean?
With all the school cuts in the school budget and stuff, the athletic fund has been cut tremendously. So what I mean by that is it's trying to get new uniforms, it's trying to get new equipment. I got some shoulder pads I need to have replaced, and I'm trying my best to do, what I can do. I've got sponsors and partnerships in the community that we just purchased new uniform, new jerseys and new pants and stuff. But now for the equipment side, that's what I'm looking at now, because the school budget has been cut tremendously.
That hurts my soul, because I put a lot of money into that Cash 5 every day.
Yeah. Tell me about it. But I'm just saying, it might pay for scholarships. I'm not saying it don't. I'm just saying the local school budget that I deal with has been cut tremendously.
Did you have that problem when you were playing ball?
No.
There was plenty of uniforms.
Yeah, we had what we needed, without question. So I don't know what, economics 101, I don't know. But I know if I go and ask for this, man, I don't know if we got that in the budget, Okay. So like I said, you got to think outside the box. What can I do? I know I needed some new blue pants and some white jerseys. So I go out here and I start partnership with the different businesses in Cleveland County, and raised enough money to get the new jerseys and the new pants.
That's great.
So now, but new jerseys and pants, but equipment, shoulder pads, you're looking at, say 50 pair of shoulder pads, you're looking at $6,000, there's another set of uniforms I want to get. You're looking at $6,500.
If people wanted to donate to the athletic program,
right,
how can they do that?
It's easy. I mean, you can If you want to pay by check, you can go Shelby Middle School, athletics/football, put football in the memo line, and it goes straight into my football account. And that's the money I deal with. You know, if you don't put, now I will say this, if you just put athletics on it, it goes into the general athletic fund. But if there's specification, then football, then that's where it goes into my football account.
So you hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you put football, not football.
Yes.
Foot, Football.
Football.
Oh, man, that's a lot. You sound like you got a lot on your shoulders, and then you have
Man,
your family.
if I just had to come, if I could come to school and just coach football, you know, it would be a miracle. Because not only do you have to deal with, because I'm a firm believer, at this level, you become a student athlete. That means you got to take care of the building before you can get on the athletic field. This ain't like Saturday. It's like rec ball. If you can't do what's right in the building, then you can't play on my team.
Right.
Because if I allow you to come out here and you ain't doing nothing in the classroom, then what am I teaching you? So that's just the way I look at it. So if a child gets sent to chill out, we got extra stuff out to practice. If a child gets sent to ISS, if it's on game day, they don't play, they don't travel. If it's then plus you got to come back and do punishment after practice. Now, if you get OSS, which is out of school suspension, then there's a possibility you may be gone from the team for good. It's according to, I try to base it off what the offense is. Now, if you're protecting yourself, I get it. But now, if you're starting something, yeah, you got to go.
Right. Well, Coach, we're going to hang out and watch you go through some drills with your young men. And I like to come to some of the games and watch the success.
Sure.
Especially that you're rooting for undefeated. I am. And the ring.
I am. I am. I truly
Now,
am.
let me ask you before we go. Do you actually get a ring, or is it?
Well, we actually, it was not common, but we actually, 2 years ago when we did win the championship, we actually purchased rings for the kids.
Awesome.
Nice big rings. And my goal is if we win it this year, we will purchase some rings. If I have to take the money out of my pocket, we will purchase the rings.
Cleveland County, we're going to make sure he don't have to take the money out of his pocket. Y'all make sure. Shelby Middle School. Athletic/football?
/football.
Make sure you donate some money there now. Coach.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you on the field.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have an interview with you.
Thank you for coming.
Until next time, guys, roundtable session.
Has released the Blessed Collection by Terrence Degree. When you step out in a pair of the Blessed ones and your lady is stepping out in a pair of winter cold heels, ooh wee, all eyes will be on you.